What was a song that you wrote or that you, like a track that you produced for somebody else, but then somebody else jumped on it and killed it?
There's a song in particular, right?
Okay.
And I did it for an artist. And shout out to Bobby Sessions. We in LA now. He said, man, I got this song in my head. I wrote in the hotel last night about this artist, and I think it's just gonna fit her perfectly. I'm like, how I go? He was like, I'm a savage, classy, bougie, ratchet. And then I was like, what? I said, man, if you don't go, hold on, baby. I said, God. Hey, I was in an Uber car like, oh my God. So we go to the studio. We play it for the artist. And the artist was like, it's cute. I said,
cute?
Me, I don't give up on records. I don't give up on none of my songs. All my songs is babies. And I play the idea for, we know whose song it is. It's like, you just play it. Let me play it for you. She said, play it. She said, oh my God.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh no, this is my song now. I said, it is then. Come on.
Yes, it is.
Welcome to The Dash. The Dash is that tiny line between your life start date and end date. It's your story, the chapters in your book, your journey. Get ready for real conversations with real people telling real stories about the realities of failure, setbacks, and success. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. We're rolling. Let's go. The Dash in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lady Jade. Welcome to the Dash Podcast. Ooh, today we got us a really special guest that I'm excited about. But before I introduce who we have, thank you. Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, go ahead and hit subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the share button. Tell your friends and family. Because today we got us a celebrity in the building, y'all. Ooh-wee. What's interesting about this guy is some of you may recognize his face, but he is, I would say, the power behind the stars. That's how I would say it. Like, it's no them without a you. So we have Mr. Jay White did it. Super producer in the building.
Come on now.
I was about to call your government name, but we'll just
go ahead. You can do that. You can Google it. Literally, you can literally Google the government name.
We'll stick with Jay White. Jay White.
It. Did it.
And did it.
If I don't know, yes.
Jay White. First of all I can say is wow.
You know what? All I can say is finally. Can I tell you why? Why? Because we supposed to been having an interview. I ain't gonna even go back. I ain't gonna even do you like that because it was me too. Yeah. But we should have been had an interview.
But that's all right. God's timing is everything.
This is the best interview.
Yeah.
Because this is
what we do.
This is.
Y'all, Jay White literally is the homie. Like,
yes,
I can honestly say Jay White is the homie. I can vouch for you.
Yes.
As far as the beautiful spirit that you have.
Thank you. Yeah.
That most people will never have a chance to encounter.
Man.
So we'll start with doing a little bragging.
Oh, man. That's the hard part.
Let's do a little bragging, and then we'll go back to let everybody know how we got to this point. Okay. So for those that may not really know what you do, you have produced music for what artists?
Well, I'll ask you a question, and this is how we'll do it, right? What does Cardi B, Megan Stallion, Latto, Iggy Azalea have in common?
You.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. They all have me in common. I produced some of their biggest records.
A lot of their biggest records.
Well, especially the two I'm proud of is Cardi B and Megan. I'm proud of that because I really got a chance to see that go from I don't want to say nothing to something, but I got to see it at a lower level, you know what I mean, and see it
from the beginning.
Yeah, and see it, and see it do what it do.
Yeah,
and that's like the best feeling in the world.
So you did your first big break was Bodak Yellow.
That's my first. Yeah, that's the song that changed my life. Yeah. Bodak Yellow.
That mug still be hitting.
Listen, Bodak Yellow be hitting every kind of way you think of. The bank account, everything.
Oh,
Lord Jesus, yes.
So Bodak Yellow was the first big hit that completely changed the trajectory of your life.
Definitely.
So where were you working before Bodak Yellow? What was Jay White doing?
Okay, well, honestly, before Bodak Yellow, where I was working at UPS, but I got to give you some history on that because,
Wow.
honestly, I quit my job, you know what I mean? And that was like 2013, 2014. And
That's not that long ago.
Nah, it ain't that long ago. And I literally went, you know, I bet on myself. I put all my eggs in one basket, and you know what I mean. It was gonna be either fail or succeed, and I was cool with either one. You know what I mean, because I was gonna make that choice and do what I wanted to do. You only got one life to live, and I'm gonna live that.
So wow. Okay, this is already getting good, Jay White. Already getting good. So how did you even get that connection? How does that happen where you're in the studio? Now, this is before Cardi was
with Cardi.
Yeah, with Cardi, because this is before it was the Cardi that we know now.
Exactly.
Not only was that your first big record, it was also her first big record. Yeah, so y'all were giving each other a shot.
Yes, definitely. How much time we got?
Hey, all the time you need. All the time you need.
Okay, I'll try to compress it, but it started back honestly 2005, really. It was a seed that I planted, and I was on I was on a site called Black Planet. Have you heard?
Yes, everybody's heard of Black Planet
Okay.
for sure.
You know, I was on Black Planet, and there's a chat room called like Music Chat Room, and I met this guy on there. You know, he did like Caribbean music. He asked, "Yo, can anybody make Caribbean Queen? Can they remake the beat?" I said, "I can." I couldn't play no keys. I couldn't do nothing, but I said I can.
Hold up, you couldn't do it, but you said you could.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah,
I don't care what. He said. So anyway, I became his friend. I couldn't honestly remake the beat. I tried like a month. He just kind of gave up on that. He just thought it was cool. So his manager was like, "Yo, why don't you move to New York and you can stay in our room, extra room, as long as you make beats for him and whatnot." I said, why not? 50 Cent is from New York, so I'm going to go to New York.
Yeah.
So I didn't meet these guys like until they flew me to New York. Like I met them literally off the internet back in the day. So that's even more wild. Like,
yeah, kids, don't do that.
Don't
do that. Don't do what he did.
Don't do what I did. Well, yeah, don't do what I did.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was some crazy stuff. But anyway, I said, listen, I ain't got nothing to lose. I'm going to New York. I'm going to, maybe I might meet 50 Cent. I don't know. That was
your big thing.
I love 50 back in that. What? Yeah. 50 Cent was my guy.
Yeah.
But so anyway, I get to New York. 2 weeks later, my keyboard from FedEx finally came. Literally, LL Cool J was having like some back to school event. I moved to Queens, St. Albans, Queens, and honestly, I'm a shy guy. I promise you. I don't like big crowds.
Oh, you are.
I don't like large crowds. Like a large crowd would have me just like, all right, I'm ready to go. Like I don't like all this. I'd rather go home.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a large crowd outside, and the house that I lived in, it was directly across the street from it. I said, you know what? There's people out there. I'm bored. Everybody at work. So I walked outside and I walked down the street. I didn't cross it to go right into the crowd. I walked down the street and I crossed the street and went up into the crowd. I happened to hear this guy in the window saying, "Yeah, I just got back from the MTV Awards, blah, blah." And I said, "What you?" So literally, you know how you say kick rocks? I was kicking rocks, like literally waiting, to talk to this guy. He got 20 minutes later, he walking. I said, yo, my name is Jay White. I just moved here from Kansas and I make beats. I don't know what you do, but I think I need to know who you are. He said, he looked at his friend, he said, okay. I was like, my keyboard just came in like yesterday. You want to hear some beats upstairs? Like my house right there.
Kids don't do this.
Yeah. Listen, I'm in somebody's house that I don't know, and I'm inviting people in their house that, yo, tunnel vision. I'm tripping, seriously. So anyway, they said, yeah, sure, why not? I didn't know these guys would. I didn't know them.
At this time, you still don't know who they are.
Nah, he just said MTV Awards, so I was sold. I didn't know. He said he's got back from the awards, so he had to know somebody.
Yeah.
So anyway, that it went well. He heard my beats on the on my little headphones, and he was smiling and blah. He said, "Man, here's my card, and yo, what's your number?" So I gave him my number. He called me that night. He said, "Yo, come to the studio." I said, y'all might try to rob me and kill me or something like that. I'm not coming to the studio.
At this point, Jay White, it doesn't matter.
No. Hey, now I want to be smart.
All of a sudden.
Now I want to be smart. So listen. I said, man, can you do it tomorrow? He said, yeah. What time? I said 12. He said, okay, I'll be there to pick you up. After that, we developed a nice relationship. He told me, he was like, man, like a month or two later, he was like, yo, you're not the most talented producer.
And that was honest.
Yeah, he was like, you're not talented like that, but you got the potential to be one of the greatest because of your hard work and dedication. And I always remember that.
Wow.
Because like I can play keys, but I'm not the best at that. I can play drums. I'm not the best at it. But, but my love and my ear, I think I'm pretty good at that. So anyway, I go back to Kansas. He told me, he gave me $200. He said, and this is Shaft, by the way.
This is who?
Shaft. So Shaft was me and Cardi B's manager.
Oh, so this guy actually really did.
This is Shaft.
Okay.
So, yes, yeah, I should have. I was gonna tell you later in the story, but anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, so Shaft, he told me, he said, Jay White, come back to New York. Come back. I said, man, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be there. I'm just going to visit my friends and blah blah, And my friend was like, nah, man, don't go back, man. We a group. Let's do music. Let's blow up from Kansas. Let's blow up from Kansas City. I said, yeah, you're right. All right, cool. Of course, that did not happen.
Right.
So 2005 to 2016, I never went back to New York.
Wow.
So
hold on. That's 11 years of just, you felt like you were having this opportunity. There's an 11-year, that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Can we pause there for a second?
Come on.
That's the part of the story most people don't hear about.
Right.
That I kind of got a cool little opportunity here, but fast forward, there was nothing happening for those 11 years.
No, it was stuff happening,
but it wasn't happening like the big break.
No, it was preparing me.
Okay.
For the big break.
Okay.
Because I was getting broken down all the way till then.
So let's talk about that 11-year process. What was going on during that 11-year process?
Man, failure at L after L after L, and so that means loss and lesson, loss, lesson, loss, lesson, loss, lesson, loss, lesson. So, I had like some local success back, in Kansas City with my group, but egos and just immaturity, can stop a lot of things. I had a little off and on jobs, janitor. Wherever, didn't care,
Yeah, let's name some of those jobs that you had during this 11-year preparation period.
Oh, shoot. Taco Bell, Taco Bell Express, janitor, of course. What else? I was a person that cut grass. I cut church's grass. Drummer at a church. What else did I do?
Which all doesn't seem in alignment with this big Hollywood dream.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I always felt like I was gonna get there somehow, some way. I just didn't know. You know what I mean?
But do you know, and I'm sure you come across people like this all the time,
Yeah.
that they have a dream, they have a goal,
Yeah.
and they refuse to take outside job opportunities that don't align, not understanding that the skill sets that you're learning or the...
Oh, yeah. Come on, yes. I'm with you.
No, keep on. Go ahead.
Well, first, just to even talk on that, it's like, even like, I'm so appreciative of all the jobs I've had because it taught me how to be a leader. You know what I mean? UPS taught me how to literally be a leader and to be willing to, work at the very bottom, make $8.25 an hour and work very hard and learn how to listen and then learn how to lead a whole section to get, trucks out faster and talk to people in a way of where I need them to work on the same page. I don't know these people, but making them believe in the same goal of us getting out early. You know what I mean? I learned how to be a leader working at UPS. I learned how to be a better person working at UPS. Like, I appreciate UPS. A lot of people say, it's called underpaid slaves, but, I looked at UPS as I'm going to go here and be the best person I can be, and I'm going to learn everything I can from here, because it's something I can take in my real life, because my real life is going to be something greater than what this is. You know what I mean? So just piggybacking off that was a really good point.
No, that's good. So you fast forward, you had this 11-year period till 2016. Yeah. And then what happened in 2016 that...
Man, look, just going up to 2016, I had picked my mom up, right? 2014. Just context on that. My mother, backstory on her, she, on drugs, during the crack epidemic, that was really huge back in the 90s. She had me at 16. My mom was finally getting clean towards the end, of her journey of life. And really, I picked her up. I got her a bus ticket from Arkansas, where I was born at. I seen her. She looked beat down. She always dated men who abused her, beat on her, blah, blah, blah. I looked at her. I was like, Mom, that's my best friend. I said, Mom, if you go back there, you're literally going to die. I looked, I was like, Anthony, I'm not going back there. I'm not going back there, Pooh. I said, Mom, I'm telling you, you're going to die if you go back. Right. And so 2015, my sister got pregnant. No. I'm sorry. She just had a baby 2015. And my mom went up there. I took her up there to Kansas to help with the baby. 2 weeks later, she goes back to Arkansas. I didn't know. And then a week later, she's dead, because the guy who she was with, boom, did what, the worst. So from there, I appreciate it. So from there, I went into
and this is your best friend?
My best friend, my biggest supporter. She always knew that I would be where I would be at. She would tell anybody, she would scream to the top of the mountain of who, of what I am, who I am, or what I will be, So she always spoke love into me, even though she wasn't there when I was a kid, even though she couldn't raise me how she wanted to, she always spoke love into me. Yeah. So anyway, so her death was just like anybody lose a parent. Yeah. It's pretty hard. It's a piece of you gone forever. So I'm at this point, I'm depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm depressed. I'm broke. I'm broken. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure it out. I have this dream of being, a music producer, being a successful one. But you also, the choices I made in life. I had 2 kids. I had a daughter in Kansas City, and I had a son, in Dallas. So the kids' moms, that's not their dream. Their goal is to make sure the kids are taken care of.
And sometimes it's hard to pursue your dreams when you have all these extra responsibilities.
Come on. So I had to make the selfish choice. And that was to make sure that I was good, because I don't know how to do anything else but what I do, and that's music. So yeah, 2015 was a crazy year. I don't even honestly remember most of it. 2016 was even worse than that. I was just spiraling. It was just like I didn't want to be here anymore at this point. Wow. My cousin, I call her my big sister. I call her my angel. She said, "Come back to New York. Come here immediately. Like, get you a flight and come here, and come just be with us." Wow. And she's the same person who stopped me from going to the military in 2004. During like the war and whatnot. She said, don't do that. And I was at MEPS. MEPS is a place where you go to your physical, you do everything, and you say you're going to the military. That's all that at one stop. I called her and said what I was doing. I'm at MEPS. She literally said, no, leave, call your recruiter, and go home. So I did. Okay. And so I went. So she saved me from that. And once again, she told me to come to New York. She got to New York. She was a Ford fashion model. She got to New York. And, around the time when I was in New York, and she found, somebody that she loved, and she been there ever since. So that was kind of a cool thing. And I got to New York, and she just started loving on me. Her and her husband just started loving on me. And this is 2016. I'm depressed. I'm still down. I'm just like,
Hey, you just lost your mom too.
Yeah, I'm just like, man, I'm broke as hell, man. It's like, this is whack. Like, this is terrible. Like, this can't be my life. Right. And at the same time, like my little sister, to this day, like my mom started, like, she only had 2 kids, right? I always took care of her in any way I could. Even when I was broke, I would make a way to just steal.
For sure.
My sister never knew I was broke.
Yeah.
I had to break it down to a couple years ago. I was like, look, sis, bruh, I was broke.
Yeah.
She was like, Anthony, I didn't know you was broke the whole time. I said, I was struggling. But
you just make a way.
Always. I know that was my mission. I told God, I said, God, if my goal ain't to have the best cars, the biggest houses, the flashiest. No, that's not. I just want to help.
Yeah.
And that's what I do to this day. So anyway, 2016, I get back to New York. I called Shaft. So it's an 11-year
same guy that dropped you off. We gave you $200 to get back to Kansas.
Yes, but he said come back, and I never did.
Yeah.
But look, just giving context on Shaft, and hats off to him. I was like, bro, who do you work for, bro? Because how do you know my friend's number? So throughout all the years, this man would call me and check on me throughout that 11 years, just to see was I cool and whatnot. So honestly, in 2015, he had called me about Cardi and was like, got this girl, she on Instagram named Cardi B, check her out, blah, blah. I said, Shaft, I need $500 a beat, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't broke. I need some money.
Yeah.
But whatever, that didn't happen. So anywho, I called Shaft. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm here. I'm back in New York. You said come back. I'm back. He's like, 11 years later. I said, yeah, I'm back though. He said, cool. He was like, you got beats? I said, of course I got beats. He said, well, come back to come to the house. I said, the same house? He said, same house. I said, same basement I made beats in? Same basement. I get over there. My picture from back in the day is still hanging up on the wall. It's still there, And I plug up. And I'm playing beats. And Shaft is sitting here. Another person sitting like the room is about as big as, man, I don't know. It's small. And I feel something else behind me. And as I'm playing beats, I turn around. That's Cardi B. Cardi B, me, Jay White. Boom. And that's how the whole Cardi B and Jay White story happened. So,
wow.
So doing
in a basement.
In the basement in Queens.
In a basement in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys get in there, y'all start, because isn't there a chemistry that has to be formed between an artist and a producer, which I'm sure takes time.
Yeah, it definitely took time. It took time for me to understand what she wanted, but not just what she wanted, but what she needed.
That's good.
You know what I mean?
So when y'all finish Bodak Yellow, and we'll go into, because again, you have so many great stories, but when y'all finish Bodak Yellow, be honest, deep down in your heart, did you think it was going to be as big of a hit as it was?
I didn't think it was.
As it is.
I didn't know that it was going to do these numbers, but I knew it was going to do something. I'll say that.
How? Because you said when he called you, you were saying, I need $500. $500.
Need it.
And he was like, nah.
Nah, I can't do that, Jay White.
That was a lot of money to him in his mind.
He just remembered me from the kid back, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so I have to ask, if you say you can't tell me, but
what?
When you first started, now you don't have Bodak Yellow at this time, so you're still a new guy. How much are they paying you for the Bodak Yellow beat at that time?
How much did Atlantic pay me for Bodak Yellow?
Yeah, for the
for the original,
yeah,
for the
original,
track?
yeah,
$5,000.
$5,000.
At the time, that was my most I ever got. I said,
you thought you were a millionaire.
I said, hey, I wish I would say something to me. I got $5,000 in my account. Say what? What? I started checking my phone. I said, I'm getting busy in this month. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I said, what? Because listen, I was hustling like when I was with Cardi now, when we was on the come up, when she was on tour. I'm in the Sprinter. Like, listen, I'm not gonna ask somebody for nothing. I'm a grown man, and I'm gonna make a way at all times.
For sure.
I'm on the Sprinter, the bus, wherever we riding in. I'm selling beats. I don't care. I'm selling beats $75, $100, $200, whatever you can get, because I need to eat on the road.
Yes.
I need some money, yo.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
so there's a lot of people right here right now that got a $75 Jay White beat. It's a few people.
Man, look, I ain't gonna look. When Bodak Yellow came out, I started seeing tags produced by Jay White. Did it there? I said, y'all putting these little okay, all right, I'm with you. Put them out then. I ain't mad at you. Make it work.
I love it. $5,000. I would assume you're not charging $5,000 a beat anymore.
Man, you know what? I'm blessed, yo. Like the most I ever made on a track, right? The most I ever made was $70,000.
$70,000 on one track.
Yeah. So my stuff. So it's been tapered to around that now.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
If I can make a beat, look, let me get in here and learn some of these.
But hold on. But Timbaland then was doing way more than that. Yeah. Like that's.
But can I say this, Jay White? I know you don't think so, but you're still just getting started.
I'm just what? No, I think so. What you mean? Yes.
You're literally just getting started.
Absolutely.
So when you were a little boy,
yeah,
and I can attest to you saying that you're really shy,
very,
and kind of, and I'm not gonna say kind of, you're introverted.
Very.
You're extroverted when you need to be, but very introverted.
Absolutely.
Growing up as a little boy, what did Jay White think he was going to be when he grew up?
Man, at first as a little boy, let me see. I want to be a football player.
Of course, yeah.
A cop. Mm-hmm. Basketball player. Mm-hmm. Can't play basketball.
Oh, Lord.
I stink.
Okay.
I stink.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah, that was track runner. I love sports. Mm-hmm. I love sports as a kid, but that was it though. It was pretty small.
And so, like you said, you know, you grew up, your mother was on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of heartache.
Hella heartache. A lot of heartache. Like what kid got to go to school and get made fun of because the kids are saying, your mom was just at my house trying to sell us meat that she stole from the store. Your mom a crackhead. Come on. Like that's some traumatizing stuff. That's some real beat your confidence up type vibes. You know what I mean? So it's like I had to literally grow through that. So I had to like, listen, Jade, I lived a lie. I lived a lie just to live, if that makes sense as a kid. So to cope with the trauma that I had as a kid, I had to live a lie in my head to cope with it. So my mom in my head was a nurse because a lot of my family is nurses, honestly. Mm. And my dad was in the military because that's what I was around in my childhood was military people and nurses. So I was like, well, shoot, that's why my mom ain't around. It's my dad ain't around because that's what they are. That's why I'm with my grandma, who is, you know, on a fixed income and da-da-da. So, yeah, so I lived a lie and that built a whole different type of mentality for me too. I'm like, dang, I'm literally a liar. You know what I'm saying? And lying ain't good regardless. You know what I mean? So like,
especially when you lying to yourself. Yeah,
you lying to yourself. So it's like I'm not even saying making an excuse of me. You know what I'm saying? No.
That was the only way you knew how to cope.
Yeah, was
You're
to lie
a
to myself.
Child.
I had lied to myself. I seen too much already. I seen way too much. I seen my mom with the crack pipe. I seen the crack rock. I seen the spoon. I seen the lighter. I seen all that. I seen the abuse. I seen my mom get beat. I seen all these things as a kid. I told one of her boyfriends, I said, yo, when I'm 18, I'm gonna kill you. Literally, I'm gonna do my best to find you and kill you. Mm. I told him that. I was like, he just laughed. I said, well, hopefully I'm around and you're around. And that's how I used to think. I was like, man, could you touch my mom?
And then where was your father?
Rolling Stone. Rolling freaking Stone. My dad was a musician. So he played with a lot of gospel groups. So he would, You know, my dad had an ego, so he get kicked out of gospel group every other year. Like he thought he was
kicked out the gospel group.
Man, this dude thought
not
he was
the gospel thug.
This man, because he thought he was the show. Like, bro, play the guitar, bro. You're really good at that.
He was Eddie Kane.
He was nice like this. Literally, he was Eddie Kane. I'm like, bro, he's showing up with different suits on outside the churches. But my dad was a Rolling Stone. Like when he got his opportunity to shine. My dad was like the hot stuff back in Arkansas and Mississippi and blah, blah. That man was, when he got his chance, his heathen self, literally, he's singing about God and he looking at the next victim right there. He said, I'm in my, hey, look, my dad was schemer. My dad had my dad had this big old white van. And I hate going to church with him because I know I got to sit inside the church for a little while because I already know what's going down in that van.
Oh, you got to sit and wait on him.
Why had my dad? Because he done sung Jesus to this woman and got her out her drawers. That was my dad. My dad was literally he was a PS5 all game. He gonna sing to you and sing. His whole mission was to sing to you, get you, drink with you, and move on. Maybe to your sister. That was my dad. Literally, that was him. So you know, but he, like I said, he wasn't no angel. You know, he was just talented, but he had his own demons and vices he had to fight through as well.
Yeah.
You know
and so kudos to your grandmother.
Man, that's my dog. That's my dog. She, you know, I and that's why I help now because my grandma could have just let the state take us, me and my sister. She could have just said, nah, I'm old. I can't do this. Like, y'all got to do this. But she took us in and she raised us the best way she knew how. I will forever appreciate my grandmother for instilling, you know, some of the things that she did instill in me. So yeah, I'm forever grateful to her.
What were some of the lessons that your grandmother taught you?
My grandmother, honestly, my grandma just said, don't have nobody waiting on you. I'll always be prepared, always be available. That's good. So, you know, she said, if somebody is doing something for you, you beat them to it. You beat them to it. You always be ready and just know you can do anything that you want, you know, because she had a second grade education. She grew up on a farm in Arkansas.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And her husband at the time, you know, my grandfather, you know, he was a worker. He owned a bunch of junkyards and whatnot. But when he passed, all the money that they was getting with all the whatever, it stopped. Second grade education, being black back in the day, come on. So she did the best thing she knew how to do was cook, clean. So she was maid. She was a housemaid for different people, you know what I mean, until she couldn't do it no more, until she, you know, retired from that and was just on a fixed income.
Jay, what I say all the time.
Yeah.
You can never truly respect where somebody is until you know their backstory.
Absolutely.
I think that so many people are going to watch this and have a greater appreciation for not only your talent, but for who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Because you know what? When people start making a lot of money, we forget that there is still pain.
Oh, tons of pain.
We forget that they came from somewhere. That
Absolutely.
there are still issues that they deal with.
Absolutely.
There is still trauma. And the list goes on. Anxiety, depression, all of the things you mentioned earlier. You know, there was a point in time where you didn't even want to be here anymore. You know, the enemy will always try to take you back to that place because if he can't kill you, he'll make you kill yourself. You know?
Absolutely.
Your story, wow, your grandmother, second grade educator, your story.
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy. So let me ask you this. Your coping skill as a child was to pretend. I don't think you know how heavy that is.
No, I know how.
That's heavy.
Oh, I know how.
To tell yourself that my mother, who I know is on crack, and my daddy, who is in the streets, that she's a nurse and he's in the military, and you convince, like you literally had the ability to convince yourself.
Lived it. I was just fine. I slept at night. I was able to sleep knowing that I had that. I had that. So music became, you know, I was naturally talented in music. Just, my mom could sing. My dad is just, he was very talented, like at playing everything. So
are you self-taught?
Self-taught everything. Self-taught everything. My grandmother was one of the, the church ladies, like the mother, whatnot. So my grandmother made me go to church, at 7 a.m. in the morning on Sundays. Because she had to cook for the first service.
Oh, yeah.
So on Saturdays and Fridays, we went to singing programs. So she would let me sit by the musicians all the time. So I would sit by them and study what they did. And Sunday morning, it was just me and my sister and the pastor and a couple of people. We'll get there early to open church up, and I'll just get on the piano and learn how to play. And I'll get on the drums, learn how to play the drums, and that's how I learned how. Every Sunday, I had instruments to play on because wasn't nobody else there. So that was, that's how I got my real love, for music, and I just love the attention that the drummers got. So I literally, just sat with the drummers and just start, getting pots and pans and cups and sticks and whatever in my room to learn how to get, learn rhythm. So yeah.
Woo! Whoa. Wow.
It's a real story though.
It's a real story.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now you've worked with some of the biggest stars on the planet.
Absolutely.
Again, people think that money is the solution to it all. Is it?
Never. Heck no, but it's definitely a means, to think, to get to the next day. But money,
because I'm sure coming from where you come from, you say, if only I could get some money. Remember, that was the thing. It's like, I'm broke. I just need some money. Yeah. So now you got the money.
Yeah.
I want people to hear this. Yeah. Does that make your problems go away?
No, it adds on to the problems. It adds on to the... Listen, when you have money, you automatically become a tornado.
He's like, go on, say it, get it.
Nah, it's just. Man.
What are some of the issues that come with having money?
Everything is a lot. The issues is every issue that you have is going to be amplified by 1,000.
Is it hard to know who to trust
if you don't have God in your life? Yeah. If you're not out there trying to get mentally better, then yeah. But if you have God in your life and you believe in something, it makes it easier to trust in him first and then let him be your light. To be honest with you. So I just think that way. I'm like, man, I don't trust nobody. Everybody trying to get me. But now it's like, I don't think like that. I'm not there. I'm not with I don't trust everybody. It's more just...
People will be who they are.
People going to be who they are. The snow, I say this, the snow always melt.
Oof.
Do you know why I say the snow? Okay, so the snow always melt, right? What's the difference between a rock and an ice rock? What's the difference?
A rock is gonna always be there. When the snow rock melts, it disappears.
It disappears, but they both can do the same thing at a certain point in time.
Yeah,
right?
they can both hurt.
They both can hurt. They both are physically there and real. But the rock's always the one that's gonna, when the snow melt and everybody go away.
So you gotta be the rock.
You gotta be the rock. You gotta be the rock.
How do you manage? Because again, when you come from so much trauma,
yeah.
And then you get thrown into the world of music, which has its positives, but we all know it has its dark sides. Yeah,
what?
For sure.
What? Yes, terrible.
How do you? Because I know life for you has to go like this. The reality of everybody's life it goes like this.
Definitely.
There's ups and there's downs.
Just wear your seatbelt. That's all you can do. Is wear a seatbelt. When you go up and down, wear a seatbelt. That's it. Don't put that safety belt on. That safety belt is your mental health. Put that on, and you'll get through it. Just know that this is a journey. It's a process. That's why I had to tell myself with my eating habits, with what I want to do, it's a process. This is a process. This is what I want to do with my life. This is how I want to feel, and I plan on being here a long time. So I want to feel better every day. So every day I'm going to get 1% better. And this is me for the rest of my life. I don't care about nothing else. So I'm going to eat better. I'm going to think better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to take care of this one vessel that God has given me. So, yeah.
For those that do people slide you songs all the time and CDs?
What? I mean, my email I'm like, yo, how'd you
get my email?
My email not posted. You know, even though my email is jwhitedit@gmail.com, but I'm just saying.
Y'all heard that? Jay White did it at gmail.com.
Now, I'm not saying I'm going to check it, but I be having them songs up in there.
Yeah.
I be like, where did I get a pack of songs from?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm scared to play it. I don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
Because if I make a song that sounds similar or something like that, you're going to think I stole your idea. So I didn't approve to show you that I didn't open your email.
Okay. Is there a song that you wanted the artist to jump on and they did not jump on?
Hella songs. Look, that's a whole other interview.
That's a lot.
What, man?
Okay, what was a song that you wrote or that you like a track that you produced for somebody else, but then somebody else jumped on it and killed it?
Jay, you crazy.
You can't tell me?
You crazy.
Oh my gosh,
you crazy, Jay.
I'm asking all the good questions. Okay,
Jay,
okay.
Listen, so I mean, there's a song in particular, right?
Okay.
And I did it for an artist, and shout out to Bobby Sessions as well. Dallas's own Bobby Sessions.
Very talented.
Who, honestly, how I met him, I knew he was on Instagram, but I met him in the kitchen in the studio. I was at the time, I was wanting some chicken. So I was in the kitchen eating some chicken. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I said, yo, man, you ever rope anybody before? He said, nah. I said, have you ever roped for a girl before? He said, I ain't roped for nobody. I said, all right. I'm working on blah, blah, blah in here. If you got time to stop in and see, just try it out. He said, okay, for sure. That didn't work out. Anyway, I told this label who wanted me to come work with this artist about my writer. I said, yo, can you fly my writer in? They said, nah, we gonna do that. I said, cool, I'll fly me in myself. It's all good. Anyway, I picked him up and he said, man, we in LA now. He said, man, I got this song in my head. I wrote in the hotel last night about this artist and I think it's just gonna fit her perfectly. I'm like, how I go? He was like, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. And then I was like, what? I said, man, if you don't go, hold on, baby. I said, God. Hey, I was in an Uber car like, oh my God, Jesus. So look, let me tell you. I said, hold on, dog. I called on my other phone. I got a little money now. Yeah. So on my other phone, I said, hold on. Can my boy, can I use your studio real quick before we go to the real studio for this artist? He said, absolutely. I said, dog, rap that to this click. I ain't had no beat for it or nothing. I said, rap this to the click right now.
Yes.
He rapped the whole song to the click. And I produced around it. And the song, I'm like, oh my God, this is a hit. Like, what in the... So we go to the studio. We play it for the artist. And the artist was like, it's cute. I said,
cute?
I said, it's cute. And she was like, well, I want to do something new. I said, this is new. I just made it an hour ago. She said, nah, but we got a lot of people in here. Let's just do something on the spot right now. I said, this was on the spot. This oh my bad. I said, this thing is scorching hot. Did you hear it? She said, yeah, it's cool. I said, all right, cool. So we did a couple of days in the studio, and the last day I said, yo, I really think you need to hear this song one more time. I'm just play it for you. Let me just play it for you. Mm-hmm. And she was like, yeah, it's cool. I said, all right, man. Okay, cool. So me, I don't give up on records. I don't give up on none of my songs. All my songs is babies.
Yeah.
And they all gonna be great. They all gonna grow up someday. Yeah. Somehow. It's patience, you know? Yeah. So, of course, her and her team passed on the song because they stopped responding. And that was cool.
I know they sick now.
Man, no, God is so good. God is going, what? God gonna bless you.
Yes.
He gonna bless you because just to piggyback and put a commercial break on that song, on that story. But the reason why I believed in Cardi B is because I believed in myself more. You know, I believe that my sound could take her to the next level. It was about me, to be honest with you. It wasn't about Cardi, and I love Cardi, but it was literally about my own self-love, you know, and knowing that I could do this. I'm just as talented as everybody else.
I'm going to tell you why that's not a bad thing, because society will make you feel like loving yourself first or believing in yourself first is a bad thing and you're egotistical.
Absolutely.
But technically, the word of God does say, love your neighbor as thyself.
Come on.
So if you don't love thyself first, then you can't love other people the way that they should be loved. And that is a concept, not a concept, a truth that I am trying to get better at. Because we live in a world that says, you know, loving you, like, what you mean? Because somebody will take what you just said and act like it was a slight. Absolutely, it was not. No. But because you loved yourself and believed in yourself, now that could be reciprocated to a Cardi, and y'all can now combine and make one of the biggest hits known on the freaking planet to this day.
To this day. To this day.
Yeah, to this day.
To this day. Yeah, straight up.
To this day.
Nah, but look, back to the other song, right?
That was the commercial. That was a commercial break,
right? That was a commercial break. We had a praise break. So, anyway, I get to the studio, and like I said, I had the idea of you know, Savage already done, and I play the idea for, you know, we know whose song it is, and I was like, yo, guess who passed me this song? And I was like, you just play it. Let me play it for you. She said, play it. She said, oh my God.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh no, this is my song now. I said, it is then. Come on.
Yes, it is.
You know? So yeah, and the rest was history. After we got done recording that song in Miami, I got up out my seat and I gave her a hug, shook her hand, and I said, congratulations on your first #1 record. And she said, what? I said, this song's gonna change your life. I guarantee you. This is your #1 song. It's gonna change your life. Watch. I watched you. Yeah. You'll see. When we went #1, she said, Jay White, you was right. You told me it's going #1. I didn't believe it. I didn't think so. But it did, you know. So that was the one song. That was a song that somebody passed on.
Jay White, you know I could talk to you forever. Your story is amazing.
Crazy.
Your journey is amazing.
Yes.
Your heart is amazing.
Yes.
Your talent is amazing.
Yes.
Out of all the songs you done, did you do 21 Savage?
A lot, yeah.
A lot?
Yeah. I did that with DJ Dahi.
Okay, I thought so. Out of all the songs you've done, what has been your, and it may not be a song that we really know, but what has been like your song where you're like, I am most proud of this song, not because of what it did in the country, but just because of where I was, the process, what I know I went through. What's your favorite?
Don't have one.
Really?
Don't have one. Because that's my company. Is more hits on the way. It's always more. I don't have a song right now that I'm just standing on the table like, man, I know this is the big or small. That's not one record I've done yet that I feel like that. I'm proud of myself for all these songs, but honestly, I don't have a record that I feel like that about.
I'm about to put you on the spot.
Come on.
Who's your most favorite artist that you've worked with so far?
Myself? No. Look, because
I know you love. I mean, like, look, everybody. There's love everywhere, but I'm just saying,
they're emotional creatures.
Okay, yeah.
Let's just be real.
Yeah,
like, come on. I don't gotta say it. You can just watch it. You know
yeah. We all are for sure.
Yeah, we all are. Come on.
Yeah. Like one that you're just like, when we're getting in the studio together, I know this is like we just vibe. Like
honestly, like, dang, it's a good question, girl.
It's what I do.
You know, because I work with majority women.
That's true.
You know, so it's like, man, dang, girl, yeah, that's a good one. I say it feels like a party, and it feels like just on some brother sister type vibes. I would say Megan.
Okay.
I would definitely say Megan, and a close one after that is surprisingly Iggy Azalea. That's my dog. We have food offs, so we both be door dashing food and trying to see who ordered the best food.
Oh, that's cool.
And we make the room taste. We'll order the same thing from different places and see. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Yeah. So,
you make it fun. You make it a whole thing. Yeah.
But honestly, listen, I love anybody. I have fun with mostly everybody I'm in the studio with because
you're You set the tone.
It's not just that I set the tone. It's just I appreciate them allowing me, to share their time with them.
That's good.
Time is expensive, and I appreciate that. So honestly, everybody, who gives me their time and lets me in their space and their energy and their world and let us collab with that, I'm forever grateful with all that, to be honest with you.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what's next? Because I don't know if I can say it.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Are you working on a TV show?
I'm working on my own TV show.
Okay, TV show, TV star.
Yeah, my show. I'm looking for my first female, artist on television.
Really?
Yeah. So
I know everybody just went crazy right now.
Yeah. So I feel like I've done it with multiple women, but now I kind of want to do it. Not kind of. I'm going to do it myself. I want to put up my own act and love into them and give somebody who, honestly, the cities I'm going to are the cities that people don't think about. I want to give them opportunity.
Undiscovered talent.
Talented.
Yeah,
I don't care if you got 2 kids, 3 kids. I don't have an age on you because talent, opportunity, it's there for whoever. And I'm looking for you. Like I want to talk to you. I want to see you.
That's dope.
So yeah.
And you did that over COVID. I remember you were on your Instagram and you were
my little Apollo.
Yeah.
I love listen.
You gotta crack that. You gotta crank that back up.
It was too time consuming.
Who you telling?
It was time consuming. Look what you do. It's time consuming. So honestly, when I did the Tamar show, I did 2 episodes on there. The producers was like, "Yo, you need your own TV show.
Yeah,
what you gonna do?" And this is what I want to do.
I love
it.
So
it's been some years in the making.
What is it called?
We got a name for it yet.
Oh, okay. So you're just working on it. Okay.
No, well, right now what's sticking is called The Process.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? But
when you get to the end table, you never know what it ends up being.
Exactly, because the network going to really put the name on there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So.
And then what's next for you? What's next?
More hits on the way.
More hits on the way, money maker?
More hits on the way.
That's
it. That's the only thing next is more hits on the way.
No movies or? More
hits on the way.
Okay.
And more interviews with Jade.
Whatever. This is my dog, y'all.
Listen, y'all. Jay, let me tell y'all. I'm I swear to God. Jay is one of the only people who holds me all the way accountable. Now, Jay White. Now you.
I will.
Anthony, you. Like if I step too far left out the lane, she kicked that foot right back. I'm like, dang, Jay, my bad.
That's if he answered the phone and that's an avoidance.
I'm like, Jay, I'm just saying you smell good. Golly. No, I'm playing. But thank you, Jay.
No, I appreciate you. Yeah. You're amazing. Keep going.
Thank you.
We are rooting for you. We support you.
Thank you.
And yeah, man, more hits on the way. Let everybody know your Instagram, how they can follow you.
Listen, Jay White did it. Everything. Jay White did it on every platform. Just
even his email. I'm giving out his email. Jay White did it at
Jay White did it. It's literally everything. Just look. Jay White did it is everywhere. So
passcode on his ATM. No, I'm just joking.
I gotta change it now.
Thank you. Yeah, right. Let me borrow $5.
I got you right now.
Thanks for the support. Make sure you subscribe to the Dash Podcast YouTube channel. Also, we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more. And feel free to share with some family and friends. Thanks, guys.